Thank you very much, Presiding Officer, and can I congratulate my colleague Rod Campbell on bringing this important debate to the Chamber today, and can also apologise at the outset that due to a pre-arranged meeting I will have to leave at the end of my speech, so will not be able to stay until the conclusion of the debate. Rod Campbell has quite rightly highlighted the work of the cross-party group on children and young people, of which I am one of the 3 co-conveners, and I would like to just re-emphasise the opportunity for MSPs tomorrow to come along to Committee Room 1 between 1 and 2:30 p.m. and sign up to be a child rights champion. As Rod Campbell has said, this is not about specific policies, but it's about values which will underpin the decisions we take and the way we work as parliamentarians. Like most members, I get invited to speak to groups of school children in my constituency on a regular basis, and often in primary schools I'm asked to go in and talk about the work of the Scottish Parliament and the work that we do. And one of the things I'm always very keen to emphasise to young people is that even although they are not of voting age, they are still my constituents and they're still our constituents. And we still have a duty as parliamentarians to represent them and represent their interests. And I'm always very keen to emphasise to them that if they feel there are things that should be happening or things that we should be taking account of as parliamentarians, they should be contacting us and getting in touch with us. And I think that building on the work that is being done around us looking at respecting and protecting children's rights is also the opportunity for children themselves to feel that their voices are being heard and that we are open to receiving whether it's letters or emails or even visits from them in order to raise their concerns with us about the communities that they live in and how they can best be improved for them. Because I think one of the things that many children who have spoken to me at both at these visits and also in correspondence to me is that they often feel that adults take it upon themselves to speak on the behalf of children without taking the opportunity to actually enter into a dialogue with those children and find out what it is that they want first. And that, I think, takes place across a range of areas of society, most notably in terms of education. And I commend the fact that in some places we're now starting to see young people's views being taken much more into consideration in relation to education, and it not simply being parents' views that are listened to, but also looking at what pupils and what young people want as well. I think it's also very appropriate that we're discussing this motion today on the day when a number of Syrian families arrive in Scotland. Many children across the world are being displaced and affected as a consequence of conflicts, not just necessarily those in the Middle East, but in other parts of the world as well. And their rights are often being violated horrendously in many other places. And I think the work that is being done by the Scottish Government in terms of sending out that message that we welcome refugees and that we want to see ourselves as a safe haven for those fleeing conflict, I think is important in that respect. And finally, Presiding Officer, I would just say that I would note that while it is not Universal Children's Rights Day today, it is nonetheless World Prematurity Day today. And it is another opportunity for us, I think, to remember that there are many children who now come into this world sometimes with associated conditions, etc., who, thanks to the wonders of medical science, now have an opportunity to live a much more fulfilled life, or indeed to survive beyond birth, who didn't in the past. Their rights are equally important, the rights of disabled children, many of whom are non-verbal and unable to verbalise their own views and their own opinions. Those rights are equally important to be protected and respected, and we should remember that alongside those other groups who have been mentioned today. But I commend Rod Campbell for bringing this debate to the Chamber.